I'm going to try my darndest not to yell and scream and get angry. It's Holy Week, and I kind of said, all right, this week podcast, we're going to tone it down. I can't. I'm absolutely embarrassed right now. I really am. Shame on Lindsey Graham. Shame on Sean Hannity and the idiots in Sean Hannity's studio audience. And again, I'm not pulling any punches here. This was, I don't know if it was Thursday or Friday. I don't watch those programs. I had a video sent over to me by one of my listeners, and I'm watching Lindsey Graham on Sean Hannity's program. He's like, eyes are tearing up. His eyes are tearing up about Trump. And oh my God, how this is terrible and this is awful. And okay. All right. You want to make your point there. Okay. Everybody else is. I don't have any problem with that. But when Lindsey Graham started asking Sean Hannity's listeners to go to Donald Trump's website and give this man money so he could defend himself. Lindsey Graham, I again, if I lived in the state of South Carolina, I'm telling you right now, I'd vote for AOC over Lindsey Graham if she happened to live there too. Actually, I wrote a piece about this. This is going back to 2010. Some random guy by the name of, what was his name? It'll come to me in a second. But he was named after some, was it Alvin? Alvin Green. Now I remember. It came back to me. Alvin Green. And he won the primary for Senate in South Carolina. He lived in the basement with his father. Again, I vote for him over Lindsey Graham. Lindsey Graham is the version. It's like, remember Paris Hilton used to carry around a little purse with a dog in it? That's Lindsey Graham. Okay, Trump's carrying around this little dog purse, and Lindsey Graham is the little dog that's sitting in the purse. You go on national television and I can't tell you how many times he put out Donald Trump's website. Oh my God, this guy is spending more money on legal fees than he's spending on campaigns. He needs help. The guy's got a flipping private jet. Reminds me of that scene in a great movie, The Edge. Anthony Hopkins and Alec Baldwin. And Alec Baldwin always plays a great weasel. And he's trying to kiss butt to Anthony Hopkins, who's a billionaire, has got a private jet. Oh, it must be tough there. And a great line by Anthony Hopkins, never feel bad for somebody who's got a private jet. The guy we got pictures. Donald Trump is enjoying his weekend down at Mar-a-Lago playing golf. Good for him. But are you going to be dumb enough to send that guy money to defend himself? I don't know if you're aware of this, people, but there's been some god-awful, terrible natural disasters and storms that have wreaked havoc in a myriad of places, Tennessee, Mississippi, all over the place. And you feel that your dollars are better spent sending them to Donald Trump so he can defend himself with this? The guy with a private jet, a guy with a club down in Palm Beach, for crying out loud. Are you out of your freaking mind? And bloody Sean Hannity sits there like the good little cheerleader that he is. That's Sean, okay? Sean, let me explain something to you, okay? Why don't you just put a skirt on and wear pom-poms? Okay, do it. Put a skirt on and wear pom-poms. You're not a serious individual. You're all about your ratings and staying on air. You care about the country. You care about your ratings. You got to be an equal opportunity basher when it comes to these things. You got to call this out. Somebody came on my mind, I got to give Donald Trump money. Are you out of your mind? There are people that are in a hell of a lot more need than Donald Trump when it comes to money. And then at the end of the segment, you got Hannity's studio audience like a bunch of trained monkeys. Yeah, give money to Trump. Morons. The hell's wrong with you people? Open up your mind. Free your mind, for crying out loud. I listen to this. I listen daily. Ascension puts out this Bible in a Year podcast, which I really happen to enjoy. And, still going back to right now, still going through the Old Testament and the amount of times that the Israelites would go ahead and not listen, break their covenant with God, and worship false idols. That's what you're doing. Okay? That's what you're doing. Why don't you take a couple steps back, look yourself in the mirror, check your heart. Who are you worshiping here? Are you worshiping God, or are you worshiping the Orange Man, Donald Trump? Anyway, WatchDog on WallStreet.com. WatchDog on WallStreet.com. Have a wonderful day, everybody.